Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for office hours. Just getting started. I'm going to stop the music. I have Omar and Eric here with me again. Very excited. I'm going to stop sharing this as well so you can see our faces. Hello, everyone. As usual, we love to hear where you're viewing in from. I'm excited to go over some ads today.
Where you're genning in, where you're
Oh, Columbia and sweltering in London. Okay, which is hotter right now, London or Columbia? I feel like it's probably Columbia, but could be wrong.
Oh, Rahan, right there with you. It is exactly as you described it. It's sweltering.
I heard
Yeah.
about this on the news.
Yeah, it's I think one of the top heat waves we've had in a while. So I'm really feeling it. I've got a fan right next to me, but I don't think it's doing a good job. So if you see me sweat, it's not because I'm nervous. It's because
And no AC, right? No AC in the UK?
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect. Thank you to everyone who submitted pages for ads and requests. We're going to try to cover a few of them. And then if you don't get covered this session, we're hanging on to them for future sessions. And you can always send them in prior to our next session as well. So I think for today, we're going to start a little bit with going over what's new in Leadpages. We'll go over our new ad builder, which we're super excited about. Hopefully you all have had a chance to play with it and test it for yourself. And then we'll do some examples. Really excited.
Cool. I'll take it away. I'll present here. So I'll just take us through what we have released, in the last few weeks that we've been away from you. I was looking through our releases, and it made me think that what we really owe you all is like a running log of these things that we've done. The team is shipping things very quickly and shipping fixes and new features and add-ons and etc. So I'm taking that away from just this morning. We shipped roughly 140 different improvements or add-ons or fixes since the last time that we talked, just about a week and a half ago. So proud of the team for getting a bunch of things out the door. One of the things that's really exciting is what Omar is about to show you, so I'm not going to steal his thunder. One of the things that you'll see that I think is a really nice improvement from within the builder here is some cleanup within the agent, just trying to make it a little bit more less visually draining for you. The other thing that we improved is the screenshot tool. So when you take a screenshot and you're recording a region, the agent no longer is covering your page. So you can take your screenshot and then get back to your agent after that, and the screenshot is included. So that is working as intended now. One of the other things that I know folks were looking for was just access to those SEO and social settings. We moved those into a place called settings within each page. Previously was within assets, and that was somewhat confusing. The other thing that I wanted to call out is there was a few requests that came in for an integration with Go High Level. So if you're using Go High Level as your CRM, or you're using some of their marketing tools, we now have a Go High Level integration here within integrations. So you can send your leads to Go High Level there. The other thing that I wanted to call out was webhooks are now available. They were available for some folks on some plans and not on others. They're now available for everybody to access under the account settings, and then just go to webhooks here. And you can start to send webhooks to Zapier or to N8N, etc. So if you're looking for that type of thing, that is there for you. The other thing I wanted to call out was we also had the if you're a classic user, if you're a classic Leadpages user, we had the migration tool go out to everybody. And I specifically want to speak to all of the requests that we had in from folks who were having a tough time with it. We acknowledged that there were some issues that folks were seeing, and the team has been hard at work at resolving those. And so, thank you so much for your patience as we work through those. And the team is currently going through all of those to make it right. And we also are looking to make it a little bit easier as well, less tasks on your side. So more to come on that. The other thing that you'll see is a new page gen experience that Omar and the rest of the team have been working on as well. The pages will start to be more unique and generate more variety in sort of layout and style. I was just playing around myself and generated this great page for a coffee company of a friend of mine. Beautiful imagery that was created, and real imagery from their brand, and some really nice pulling in of their brand fonts, etc. So really proud of what the team is doing with this sort of third, I can't believe it's already the third, but it's the third sort of version of our page generation, and we will continue to push the boundary here. And I know Omar has even some things up his sleeve that are, I think, waiting for the team to review right now. So more to come probably the next time that we talk on page generation. And we're really excited to put out this new version. So those are just a few things for now. I will hand it over to Omar.
Awesome. You know what? I just wanted to say that as Eric is kind of going through this roadmap, if you see that any of us look really surprised, it's because we are, because we find it hard to catch up with what's going on in the roadmap. There's so much stuff being shipped, and there's often a lot of these little details, like in the the chat UI, for example, and the where SEO used to be buried is now more surfaced and things like that. So it's always exciting for us as well. So, but let me get plugged in. I am going to share my screen. Perfect. Okay, so Ad Builder still in beta. So while it's in a position where you can generate some incredible ads, I do note it's also undergoing tons of improvements. So every week you're going to see this continue to improve, just like our page builder. We're calling it under beta for now till we really finesse the output, but you can play around with it. You will notice that some of the generations you'll get, especially if you're feeding in enough context, will be incredible and will surprise you. So we're going to go in, and there was an actual user or possibly someone in the audience today, whoever it is that owns Tomorrow's Potential. I'm going to just punch that into the chat, this URL right here. Very interesting business. We're going to run the ad builder with this. What it looks like, if I can just share the page itself in my browser. So this is the page we're going to build from, Tomorrow's Potential. And what it looks like is sort of personal growth services for founders. Do you see my screen, or?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, fantastic.
That video on in the hero is great.
Right? Yeah, it's awesome. And this is all Leadpages as well. So
that's
incredible.
Awesome.
Whoever's prompted this, good prompting, like you're doing great job getting into this. I love the, I think you would call like a jet or bright blue. It really pops on this white for sure. and I love sort of the paper. It's very editorial style, and it's one of those things that, you know, when you get editorial right, this magazine almost layout, it really pops. You know, I love that's what I sort of love about this one. Yeah, great job with this. And I think it, you know, from the couple runs that I've done so far, I've done a run with this before. The context, the layouts, and everything that's in there is enough, is plenty for the agent to kind of grab hold and generate a decent ad. So let's go ahead and take this for a spin. We'll do it for a sale promo, going with one of our existing prompts. I'm going to plug in the URL. I'll curate the prompt right here. So the website homepage for this brand is, I think that should give us what we need. You'll start to see this experience across all of our generative processes, and it's not a gimmick. It's part of how we like to set the process as far as pulling in styles. You know, there's multiple agents working cohesively together. We've actually programmed agents to creative direct, to a marketing agent, to, you know, research marketing, scan your page, get context from a CRO perspective. And so all those different agents, I'm probably missing a couple other agents there. I don't know if Eric, you could fill in the blanks, but those are the sort of ones I know of. And then those agents work together to then curate this final output. And the idea is to generate the best possible. So it's a team of agents essentially working together to give you the most high converting output, or potential to convert output. So you can see over here, we've already captured the colors. We can see the goal has been assigned by the agent for traffic. We went with sort of a limited time offer, so that makes sense. And already I can see the fonts are correct, which is nice to see. We have Play Fair as the main primary font, and then the hand can grow test. Again, good practice there. I love that we're doing display with a nice, safe body font, serif or sans serif rather. What we can see already is 4 different variations, right? And this is what we're trying to produce is very varied approaches. So you can see one on the left that's more corporate, generated photography versus scraped photography from the page itself. The other options are actually scraped. And what I think is over here is a regeneration of an existing photograph, right? So correct me if I'm wrong. If you're the owner of this page, I haven't seen this image within the homepage. So this might have been our image model regenerating a different variation of the existing photography, which is pretty cool. This one's more sort of slap bang type of advertising. So we can see, you know, there's a little bit more wild card, and then another more editorial layout, and then one to just kind of go bare bones with your existing content. So essentially you could just plug this in and it would just generate purely based on your raw brand, right? So if you wanted to go really safe and just stick to your guns, then this could be the option. If you wanted to pick one of these styles, you can go with that too. I'm going to go with this because I feel that it's a good representation of the style that we already have. So we'll go ahead and hit generate. And I find the raw image is usually good for e-commerce because that would sort of tell the agent to just pick the product and then pop it on the ad. So this might take like a couple of minutes. Last time I did the run was about 3 minutes. But maybe we could play some elevator music while that's happening.
Play some lo-fi.
Lo-fi.
When you were building this out, Omar, you know, we've gone through many discussions about where we want to take it, or we saw at the beginning, like based on where it started and where it is now, like what are some of the things that you are really excited about that you've seen just like in the last few days?
yeah, I love that you're making use of this time while it's generating. But but to answer your question, yeah, 100%. I think a couple of things to that is video is something that we're focusing on right now. Really excited about that. And then multi-slide video as well. So one version could be, a simple version of video would just be taking, let's say, this ad variation and animating some of the text and the image asset as well, turning that into video. So you could almost turn this whole visual of this founder group sitting together actually into a video version of it where they're all talking and engaging in an actual way, right? So that would be the single asset, and then we'll have a multi-generation asset where you have multiple slides that's stitched together. And yeah, I'll definitely kind of talk about that, shed more light on that after we get through this quick demo. But what do you guys think? Super cool. Like this one's really nice. This one kind of lost a little bit of the assets in there, but we can try to fix that. We've got some great generations on the Facebook side and Google Display. So it looks like it definitely followed the spec using the hero image and some of the copy side, like sticking to the primary fonts. What we are working though is staying closer. One of the next versions that you'll see get released is that those 4 variations, or the 3 variations that you saw rather, in that first style selection. We're working on a project called "What You See, What You Get," is where our engineering team is going to allow us to make sure the result is really tailored to that selection, right? And super accurately so. So that's sort of the idea behind that. And you will see this start to match up to your selection soon. But this is pretty close, but you can see there's still a little bit of a gap there. Nice layout, overall really clean. It's taking advantage of the brand. What I can say to this is that it is fully on brand, which is what I appreciate about this design. I'm going to delete this format, and just to kind of speak to, if you're generally going to start to leverage the assets for your ads, fixing things is not hard with the agent. Just delete the ones you don't want. If you want to add a format, simply go to the format toolbar, in this case Instagram, you click the plus icon and you can stick a few other formats in there. And yeah, usually this works pretty well. We just got a bit unlucky with this ad variation for some reason. But yeah, I'll delete those. And I'll probably give it another run later. But yeah, that's sort of how you would do it. Let's try with this batch over here. There we go.
Is this where you say that this is the reason why it has a beta tag?
That's the reason why we have a beta tag, 100%. Interestingly, I've had way better runs than this one with this specific page as well. Yeah. But it's interesting to see that it depending on and that's one of the things that I'd advise is that if you're generally going to use it for ad assets now, lean on the best ad set. Like you'll find, like, just notice how when I try to generate the variations on the Instagram, the variations didn't succeed, but the generations on Facebook did, and you would probably find formats that work in Facebook that will work on Instagram. For example, the story
and reel, story and reel. Yeah.
So there's workarounds for now while we tighten this up.
Totally.
Okay, cool. Let's dig into some of the tooling very quickly. There is a YouTube video out there that kind of covers how everything works. But very simply, the way the ad builder works is simply by either manually editing or agentically editing. Agentically editing would simply be by selecting the ad set that you want to work on. It could be the entire, for example, ad set, or it could be individual ads. If I select this, I'm editing all ads or 7 formats in this set over here, or I think across the whole bundle. And then if I select this, for instance, I'm editing this single ad. So you can actually see what you're editing over here. Let's give this a shot. I'll try something simple, like maybe not too simple. Let's say turn this into a light theme ad with a more pale background, bringing the primary colors to the text and CTA. Let's see if we get lucky with that. And then while we're working on that, I can show you the other tooling. So let's go into the Instagram ad. A couple of things that, oh, I can't edit while the AI is working, so we'll have to give it a moment.
It stops you from yourself, so you're not over editing what it's trying to do, which is probably good for me.
Right. My ADHD just can't stop myself from, getting my hands dirty in something different. Like, so while it's my process is usually tons of tabs, one agent on one tab, the other agent on another tab, I'm doing simultaneous work, which it's a bit of a, it could be cognitive overload sometimes, but it works. There we go. Nailed it. So that worked. Pretty happy with that. And yeah, cool. We'll go through a quick demo or some of the additions since the last time we met. Layers is in now, where you can actually see the different parts of your ad and click auto scrolls to those different aspects. It's giving you more control of the ad. And then you can dig into some of these wrappers and see these individual elements. And then once you dig into those elements, it'll be harder to click sometimes. They're layered behind. Ads work in layers. And there's, there could be decorative layers on top of your image, for example. So it's just easier to get into the layers if you want to manually edit. And you just right-click the specific element, in this case, the image. I can now start to crop the image. I can start to change the object fit. You can add borders. I can do all sorts of edits over here. And that goes for any element. You can, of course, click select, just like in Page Builder, and go to the toolbar and expand the menu from there and start to edit that way too. Or just double click text and you can start to edit things too. Everything is still should be synced, so we can say minutes.
Love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I love that too. It really saves you a lot of hassle on time.
Yeah.
And the other side, and the agent is getting smart at doing this. On some runs, I found it will automatically unlink specific ad sets, just so that it can curate the copy for that particular platform. You always find, like with Google Display, the copy might be shorter, a bit more punchier because limited time. People are more scanning when they're catching Google Display ads. So we are working on those aspects of the AI generatives, of the AI output. And that's it. We got history as well. So you never have to worry about, what edits you make. We made this edit was, we might think it's a risky edit to just turn it light mode. But guess what? We have a checkpoint. We can always go back and we can see what that looked like at that checkpoint and restore that checkpoint. And at any point you're running sort of experiments, you can also save a specific checkpoint, get back to it, right? So this makes the iteration process super seamless. And likewise, talking about iteration, just duplicate an entire ad set and start iterating on that ad set. If you don't want to kind of edit the original, make changes to the original, and you want to experiment, that could be a good way of doing it. That is it for demo. I know, Stacy, did you want to walk through a couple of demos yourself, right?
Yes, I wanted to walk through one. I saw Denise was actually on the session, so that's great because I chose your page. And so I'm going to create a lead generation page and then try to build ads off of what it builds. And I'll share my screen once you're done.
Yeah,
and
that just two things to point out, I just forgot to mention is we can now connect to meta ads and publish to meta ads. This is again in beta, so we want to put a cliff note with that, or I guess just be conscious of that. It's in beta, but we're going to keep maturing that feature, of course, and very soon you'll be able to not only publish meta, gather insights, and manage your whole campaign from AdBuilder.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool. All right, I'm going to share my screen and go to the specific window. All right. Everyone can see my screen okay?
Let me bring it on stage. There we go.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So Samina is Denise's business, and it's a whole sleep system. So beds, pillows, everything to help you get better sleep. And so she submitted hers in for some lead generation, some ads. So just so you can get an idea of her website and her branding. And Denise, since I know you're on, feel free to drop in any context or any things you want me to do. But I'm just going to prompt a lead generation page. And I'm a prompt person, so I prompt everything. And I love that there is the ability to edit. But for me, the way my brain works, it just is easier for me to just write down what I want to change. Since I'm not as technically good in the design side, I do know what I want and I know what looks good, but I don't want to pull it, get it all the right way. So I'm going to prompt. And I'm going to start with, I like to start from a prompt just to get it in the right place. So do a collect leads, so landing page, and it's going to give me a really nice prompt to start from, and then it brings you right to what the offer is. So for this one, Denise, if you have a specific one, you can let me know. I was just going to do like sleep analysis or something like that. Let's see, I'm going to offer is for, I'm going to put your website in, and a lead magnet. Oh, okay. All right, Samina sleep. Okay, I'll do Samina sleep. So it goes for, and we can go here so people can get an idea too. Okay, so here's similar branding, but just so you all see it.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Cool product.
Yes, very, very cool. I'm excited to see what it comes up with. All right, so have that in a lead magnet. Denise, do you want a specific lead magnet for me to use? Otherwise, I'll just do like a sleep analysis test or something. Wait for you to answer. Healthy sleep. Okay, healthy sleep education. And I'll say, oh, perfect. I'll just grab hide. It'll let me copy this. Just gonna copy. Okay, well, let me copy. So I'm just gonna ECDE. Everyone gets to watch me type. Okay. And create the page. Because of something great. And then again, it goes through picking the page gen. And usually I found here too, sometimes I'm a little vague when it comes to my prompt, and it usually will stop me and give me some questions to go further. But I think we had a good prompt here, so it shouldn't do that. Thank you again, Denise, for sharing.
I'm curious about your goal, Denise, as far as like what are you trying to do with Leadpages? You've got a phenomenal website. It looks, it doesn't look like it's built with Leadpages from what I can see. So I'm curious, like, what's your goal with on the landing page side and sort of the campaigns you're building?
Yeah, all that looks really great. Yeah, like little pop outs too.
Yeah, it's definitely a fully fledged and well put together website.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so WordPress, so something super custom is what I can see. I'm guessing you want to launch campaigns with Leadpages to throw up landing pages really fast for various products and whatnot. That's sort of my guess.
Oh yeah. Yep. Two recommended.
That's a new page gen 3. Again, subject to more improvements coming very soon. Like right now, it has a scraping piece where it scrapes part of the URL, but also allows you to either infer style or just content. But there's more to come soon on that, which we're really excited about. Cool. So lead generation is the primary use case for Denise. Stacey, you did mention that earlier, which is up with a goal. Nice.
So we're getting that preview of what the page is going to like, the nice little wireframe. I really like the wireframe too, because as it's building, I get ideas if I want to change it, or I get excited about what's going to pop out. And then Denise, I can't remember from your form submission, but where for the when we create the ad set, where are you going to be running ads on? Meta. Okay, perfect. Facebook specifically. Great. And as Omar showed, it's tied right into Meta. So okay, so here we go. All right, let's go ahead and open it in the editor. So we have the sleep reset, has the guide. I have to look at your original page. It looks like it did a placeholder for your lead magnet. So something you could simply just edit out when you're ready. Put something new in there and put a background image in. But what do you think so far, Denise? Oh, this one we'd pulled a little bit.
Super cool. I love the gradient usage on like the hero section. There's no flat colors that I see, at least in the fill areas. And so there's that. I love the play on sleep where they're using that very nighttime sort of effect on some of those sections.
Yeah.
So something definitely pulls me in, and it's an interesting take on what you already have. Denise, as far as like what you have on your website is a great product showcase. It's very light and airy is what you want for a product showcase, but perhaps in your use case, like a lead magnet, that could be quite powerful to have draw people in with the sort of the value prop that you have on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stacey, can you show this is a really good example of like I know for one thing, like from WordPress, depending on the plugins that you're using, etc., we're not always able to pull everything in because of some restrictions in how we scrape pages, etc. But this is a really great opportunity to show like a scaffolding of what the agent creates for you and the copy that it's able to gather from the context of your website. And then I'm just curious, like, can you click on, Stacey, like some of those areas and dive deeper into the settings that are there and just kind of show folks, similar to what Omar was showing with the ads. You can always manipulate things manually. We want to continue to allow this type of very granular editing. We would always hope that the agent, especially in this type of situation, nails the page the first time and has this great imagery and whatnot. But there's times where maybe it doesn't, and you can absolutely go in and edit those things one by one. Within the settings there and within the inspector panel. So lots of really good settings there that I don't want to shy away from, because there will be times where you absolutely want to use them and they're there for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's still a great, like as you said, Eric, it's a great structure, sort of structure to build from. Like that's what I sort of gathered from this one shot. And I'm pretty sure the agent can do a phenomenal job of generating images as well. Like if you ask the agent if you just wanted to visualize what this would look like filled out, then you could probably ask the agent to, hey, fill out the placeholders with some concept imagery based on my brand.
Yeah.
Let's try that out, because in your pages, you'll have your images. I probably should have added some of your images into my Leadpages account too beforehand. But yeah, let's see. Can you add some concept imagery based on my branding?
What I would think, I was curious, possibly a good approach for this, Stacy, would be, that's okay, you submitted. I was going to say, if you selected a specific section, you could experiment on the one section. I wonder what it would do.
Yes.
The whole page is a lot of images to generate.
Oh yeah, I'm building like I don't care about credits. I would definitely recommend doing Omar's approach of testing out first. Otherwise, you're going to eat your credits.
You're in a good position. You have nothing to worry about.
Yes. And then you can click in, if you have your images here, it allows you to, I've done that before. Like I click all the images I want inside of the page and I just say, can you place this without? But yeah, you should test out a specific section first before you start wasting your credits. The more specific you are is helpful. I definitely edit like I have no credits to lose.
On the note of lead magnet, interestingly about placeholders, I found the agent, at least for myself, when I've built out lead magnet pages, I've had a couple of runs where it would actually generate not just the concept of the lead magnet itself, like what are you going to be giving out to people for free, but also the ebook mockup as well. You know, like a guide mockup or an ebook mockup would be generated by the agent, which is super nice to see. I've had a couple of goes at that. So, I mean, something worth trying as well. If you're doing a lead magnet and you have an idea in mind, tell it to generate the mockup, and you'll have a cover, and you'll have just a nice little like hero image that you can use, a hero product image almost.
I bet you could probably even build your whole lead magnet if you're okay with having it as like a URL inside of this page gen.
For sure.
Let's do its thing.
Curious from the audience, are you a light moder or a dark moder?
As you tell, I'm light mode. I like to burn my eyeballs.
It sort of resonates with your personality, Stacey. Very like uplifting and bubbly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Omar and I are on the dark side.
Oh yeah. Geez, I'm glad it makes you want to buff up your ebooks too. I feel like we had another dark mode. I feel like I'm in the minority of the bright mode.
Yeah, interestingly, there was a study about that, and a lot of people, more than you think, lean light mode.
Really?
Sorry for legibility, because people just the study goes that people that prefer light mode, people that are that prefer light mode, they almost find dark mode illegible. But people that use dark mode can find both legible.
Good to know. All right, while we're waiting for this to do its thing, I think because we're going to do an ad set too. So I was going to do it based on the landing page. That will probably work better, but I'm just going to create something, and for the sake of time, in case we wanted to do if Omar or Eric wanted to do another one, but I'll create some ad sets for you. So we're going to do lead gen is what we're wanting to do, and the lead magnet is, and this is where you'd place your lead magnet, so it would have some good context. We're going to find out what it does with this. It will not be as good as it would have been if I've given it full context, so just keep that in mind. So I'm going to say is from, and is I'm just going to grab from, okay, inside the Samina sleep guide. The Samina sleep guide, and we're going to generate. So again, I'm being very vague and I'm not giving very good prompts here. And so you'll want to use your lead magnet so it can pull imagery and it can pull context. So this probably will not spit out as good of ads as it would if I gave it full context. But I kind of wanted to give it a start. And Denise, also, I will reach out to you outside of this as well, just to hand you what I created, and we can maybe add some stuff into your account from here with better context.
Free ads and a landing page.
Yes. Yeah, so let's go back here while we're waiting. Okay, still thinking. And of course, it will always take longer too when we're sharing our screen with others. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. She asked if you can also start with an existing published Leadpages URL to improve the existing landing page. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It'll be better from starting for 0 anyway.
One thing I find on that note is, this is sort of like a little trick to get the best results possible is when you before you generate your first page, is try generate a page that is essentially your brand guideline, right? So plug in your URL and just tell the agent to, hey, build my brand guideline, logos, logo variations, do's, don'ts, business context, color palettes, button styles, all that stuff, all that good stuff that you want. And then it'll build almost like a brand guideline, but in the format of a page. And the agent is just really good at scanning pages in that way. Super cool. And and then use that asset to generate your pages afterwards. So you just plug that URL in of your published brand guideline, and then generate a page. That usually works quite well for me.
I would agree with that too. That's a really good tip. All right, starting to show some images here. And then Denise, let me know which one you're leaning towards. Oh, I got it. Okay.
You want to take your pick, Denise?
Yeah, Denise, which one? And again, we can always update these. These are just examples.
For sure.
Yeah, Denise, is there one you like better?
Let's go with number 1.
Number 1, okay. Wake up truly rested. Got it. I'm going to generate. As you can see, I like how it shows you like the goal and what it's for and the voice, and you can always update this there too.
I'm actually curious, Denise, are you running any ad campaigns right now to your landing pages on Leadpages or anything else? And and if you are, what sort of ad formats are you running? Is it video? Is it images? Okay. And have you ran ads in the past? And are you planning to anytime soon? If not.
I'm actually answering this. I did pull some images in for us here.
I love those, and it's done very holistically. It did it across the whole site. So that was sort of the bottleneck I was wondering is any image generation model takes time, of course. Per image, you have to wait a minute or so, or a couple of minutes sometimes. But this is pretty fast for the amount of images on this page.
Yeah, especially as I said, start from nothing.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, so it doesn't have any image context. It's just sort of coming up with that based on the content of the page.
Yeah. All right, Denise answered about ads.
Okay, so big hole in our budget with Google Ads. Interesting. This is sort of the thing I hear from founders all the time is ad budgets being burnt out too quickly before they can flag it or pause it or optimize it. It's something that I've seen founders hit all the time. Interesting. I wonder if there's, again, this is just a product thinking thought here, is that how with this agentic system that we're pursuing, this agentic first vision, it'd be cool to see agents fully automate and make decisions for you on your ad campaigns, to pause it, to run it, to experiment, etc. But yeah,
Sure. Yeah. Even if Denise is now seeing our brains think, but yeah, it's like the problem there, the thing that we would love to solve there for you, Denise, is like, prior to that happening, what if a system said, hey, this isn't going as well as we thought it would. Let's change this. Let's make a change to the copy, or let's make a change to the budget, and let's rethink maybe where the ad dollars are going. And Omar alluded to this earlier, but once you have all campaigns connected and running via the funnels tool that we're looking to build as well, and are already building, it would be great for that tool to be able to say, this one is not performing over here exactly how we expected. Let's actually put more of our eggs in this other basket.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's something that we can look into and we can do.
100%.
At least making the suggestion, if not fully automated. Like if folks wanted that, I'm sure that's an option as well. But if not that, even for the suggestion of like, hey, here's what we're seeing. It's we're flagging it to you to make the best decision, but here's what we would recommend. So yeah, I love that idea.
That's what I love about office hours. You get a direct line into Eric and Omar and can talk through these ideas. Okay, so this is what it pulled up. And again, we can always edit and prompt from in here. But if let's say like I wanted to go in here and edit the color. So let's say that I want this to be more of like a cream or something, not yellow, but somewhere. Ooh, don't love that. So I can mess around and find something that looks a little better to what I want. And then you can always, I don't like how any of these colors I'm picking.
You result to the agents like, hey, help me out.
Yes, exactly. And you can always pull from your actual colors. Let's say here, darker. So let's try that again. Went too far.
That's actually like the designer technique, Stacy, is when you ever have an ad, if there's an image, just pick the colors of the image.
That's my go-to. Like on Instagram or anything, like you just go find a color that's prominent in that thing and use that picker.
Yeah, match it out.
Yeah.
So this came up with, I would probably mess around with it more and maybe switch up the copy a little bit, but it gives you a good place to start. And again, Denise, outside of this, we'll create something based on your actual pages. But that's what it came up with. And again, you can always edit around, use the color picker to match something in the image. But hopefully,
I love the vibe of the imagery, both on the page that you were just showing, that it came up with, but the ad set too. Like it's creating that same like sort of mood, look and feel from the original site, which is great.
Yeah, it gives me like the lighting in it. It makes me feel like I didn't have to wake up to alarm. I woke up just like naturally, and the sun woke me up. I had nowhere to be.
Great sleep.
Yes, and you feel rested, but it's only 7 a.m., so you still have a lot of the day left.
Yeah,
the target audience right here.
Yes. Yes. All right. So that's showcasing this. But did anyone else? It looks like we have. We still have some time. So if anyone else had any other questions, or maybe just wanted to talk through some features you would like to see or questions on any of the releases, I'm going to stop sharing. But Denise, I will reach out to you. I believe I have your email, but if you want to pop it in the chat as well, I can reach out to you. Thank you, Denise. I'm going to put this on the screen.
That was a fun demo.
Amazing.
Yeah.
While we were in, I was also I was doing some generation myself, and I'll just share what I was
Yeah.
working on that same page. I used the same coffee page that I was creating. So this is my page. You know, it has this this playful but also sophisticated, warm sort of look and feel. And I went into the ad creator and created some ads.
Yeah.
Really nice utilization of that hero image. And again, this was fully generated. That's not on the site and was not scraped. So
Nice.
created some nice assets there. And then I came down and I was playing around with what if I changed out the image, you know? So I wanted to show that to folks, just like Stacy was showing off. You know, if you go in and let's say, like Denise said, you know, she has images in her library. Let's say, you know, you have an image that you want to pop in, you can easily do that. So always a possibility to like go full manual edit if you want to, but you know, the generation is hopefully gonna get you well on your way there.
These are super neat. I'm curious, Eric, when you generated these, what's interesting about this generation is the layout is particularly different on Instagram versus the other one below. Did you curate like one of them, or did it just come out this way?
This one I changed, so I just changed the image out. So
what I'm more so alluding to is like the layout. Like that one has text buttons.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Versus this.
Right.
Yeah, that I did not change.
Interesting. Cool. So it's nice to see some of the
variation.
Right. This is one of the things that part of the improvements we're rolling out on the agent is to find opportunities to create variations across the different ad sets is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't, but it's nice when it does hit. So
yeah. Cool.
Looks like Ross had a question too. Anything you think we should know on the Leadpages side when running Google search ads? I would love to know like a little bit more about anything specific you're hoping, just like how to get, are you talking about like better conversion or using the ad builder to create better creative? I think when you're creating, I guess just like a basic tip is just really understanding your conversion goals. And when you're building the ad, everything you build should be like, there should be one clear option, and it should make the option very, very, very easy for them to select, like in something that stops them mid scroll. But I'd love to know if you have something specific.
Yeah, the other thing that I would do is, you know, page wise, if you already have a page created inside of Leadpages, is to also in the editor ask the agent the same question, like what on the page or what about the page is meeting or not meeting the sort of the best optimization for Google search ads, because that will also indicate to you some things on the page that it might recommend. You can also share resources with it to give you pointers about what's there.
I love that.
Previously rebuilt my site.
Stacy, your team, of course, is already dog fooding a lot of these products. Do you know? Have you guys spoken about dog fooding the ad builder yet?
Yes, we have. I believe Yvonne, who runs our marketing team, has already used it a lot for our own ads. It makes it really easy to test out, split test, and switch out creative really, really quickly, which is nice. So good. Yeah, I do agree with Eric. I definitely asked Nova about the page beforehand too.
Love that. Yes, sort of like one of the goals or something that we built as a culture for ourselves is that everyone's dog fooding our products. You know, just go across different departments. Some of us have side projects that I see that people are dog fooding with.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see. And I think that's one of the reasons we're able to identify some of these core issues and areas for improvements and gaps that we want to fill. But we're always moving towards that sort of the ultimate goal of just having fully agentic CRO system that generates the best possible campaigns for you, but also keeps it switched on and optimized for you. I don't know if we spoke about, I think, did you touch on this, Eric? Is funnels is something that's also coming out soon? I can't recall if you did mention that yet, or.
Yeah, just very briefly, as a sort of a teaser, the thing that we are building and are close to getting to a testing phase as well, similar to ads, is a complete funnels view and funnel awareness. I hesitate in calling it a funnels builder because I think that would be a disservice to what this is. It is a funnel visualization, so like absolutely a funnel builder. However, the way that we think about funnels and the way that we think about the interconnectedness of ads and your marketing assets and also where conversions happen. One of the biggest problems that we see both on our side as well as from customers is like everyone's data and everyone's conversions and sort of where their visitors are is disjointed. It's on a bunch of different platforms. There's data and analytics in all of these platforms. And what we have set ourselves the task to do is to bring that into a cohesive place where you can really see attribution and you can see that full holistic circular funnel and campaign, so that you can see how things are performing across Google, Meta, TikTok, etc., wherever you're publishing ads and wherever you're bringing your landing pages and your site that you're creating with Leadpages, and bringing all of that together so that you can visualize it. Today, as you know, we have landing pages, we have sites, we have blogs, we have the ad builder now. We have offline conversions, so you can set those up yourself to register a conversion when someone, for example, let's say, purchases something on a site that we don't own. And you can have that tie back to Leadpages, and make sure that your landing page that you created with Leadpages gets that credit. However, all those things that I listed, you can't really visualize that all together. You can't really say like, okay, this one campaign that I have all of those, let's say I have something in all of those places within Leadpages. We want to be able to show you that all together cohesively. So really excited for what it looks like so far, and hopefully be able to either show it to you next time or give you an update on certainly on where it's at.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that. That is exactly what you said, Eric, is that visibility has never been nailed fully. There's a ton of products out there that's tried to do it. And I think this is sort of our answer to what's been tried and tested, but a expansion and a huge improvement of everything we've seen, and layering on agentics on top of it as well. And I'm just really pumped. To see where your funnel looks like and where the bottlenecks are and where the friction points are is invaluable. It's priceless to any business owner, founder, or company or team. So I'm really pumped.
Yeah, same.
Great. We are over time. So I am going to share the world's simplest form inside of the chat. And it just asks 2 questions, just what you thought about this session, and then any topics you want to see moving forward. We do this to learn from all of you on what you want to see, but we also do it for you to help you utilize Leadpages the best. We're changing, as you can tell on each one of these sessions, we're changing things daily. So it is really great to hear from you, and we want to make sure that you're utilizing Leadpages to the best of your ability. But thank you all for joining us. And I think Eric's put his email in there. I put my email there in the past. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.